Guys, this is Castiel. I'm currently rank 9 on the PlayStation leaderboards, and this is going to be the first video in a new series I'll be doing for Mortal Kombat 11. This series is going to be myself giving you everything you need to know to learn a new character in 15 minutes or less. This is going to be helpful to both beginners and advanced players, and any combos you see me do I'll explain at the end, as well as the section on putting it all together. Let's get into it. So we'll start with buttons, and if you don't know the notation that I'm using to describe them, it'll be in the description below. Liu Kang's back 1 is a 9 frame mid that is -4 on block. This button is an insanely strong stagger as the full string, back 1, 2, 4, has a delay in it. This is going to make your opponent want to block once they see the back 1 because they're scared the full string could come out and clip them if they try to press buttons. This is going to let you do things like back 1 grab, back 1, 1, 2, back 1, forward 4, and even back 1 and back 1 again to start the mind game. Once your opponent is starting to react to this and they're starting to press buttons after they see this normal, it's a perfect time to throw out the full string, back 1, 2, 4, and it's going to clip them if they try to press any buttons and still leave you enough time to go into a special. Back 3 is the next norm you're going to be seeing a lot of. It is a 16 frame low that is -8 on block. However, once again, a lot of the time they're going to continue to block because the full string, back 3, 4, could come out at any time and is only -2. This is once again going to let you do things like back 3 grab, back 3 forward 4, back 3, 1, 2. So if you haven't already noticed, guys, Liu Kang's pressure is all based around stagger, and you can all mix it into each other. We'll be going over all of this a lot more at the end when I talk about his game plan in general, but for now it's just a brief explanation. Forward 4 is another 9 frame mid with similar applications as back 1. However, the main differences here are forward 4 has much more range and it has 2 hits. The trade-off for these benefits, however, is it is -7, whereas back 1 is only -4. This is going to give your opponent 3 extra frames, so just a little bit more time to react to the stagger. However, it is still an insanely strong pressure tool because the full string forward 4-3 or forward 4-3 up 3 could be coming at any time. We're going to talk about anti-airs real quick. So Liu Kang has 2 options. The first one being down 2, which is a 10 frame uppercut with a very good hitbox, so it's very rarely going to whiff. Which means if you time this correctly, it's almost always going to result in you knocking your opponent out of the sky once they leave the ground. His other option is stand 1, which will be a bit harder to execute, but if you get the timing down, it's going to give you a lot more of a payoff. The last 2 things we're going to talk about for Liu Kang's buttons are his 2 pokes, being down 1 and down 3. Both of these pokes are +12 on hit, which means if you hit either of these in a real game and go into forward 4-3, your opponent, if they do anything except block, you're going to get a full combo every time. If they try to press a button back or jump out, you're going to catch them with the forward 4. And I'll demonstrate quickly. So I'm going to record Liu Kang doing down 1 into the bicycle kicks, and then down 3 into the same thing. Now I'm going to control Kung Lao, and I'm going to try to mash buttons after being hit. You can see in my inputs on the right that I'm losing and getting comboed. So if you're a player who online you find yourself getting disrespected a lot, your opponents aren't letting you do your thing, you know, they're mashing back trying to jump out, this simple strategy alone is going to get you a lot of free combos against those types of players. So we're going to talk about strings now. The first one we're going to talk about is back 1, 2, 4. Like we touched on earlier, this string's main purpose is to get your opponent to want to block once they see back 1, so you can get your offense going. If they do decide to disrespect back 1, be sure to go into bicycle kick for a full combo. However, keep in mind this string is -6, so you're going to have to block if they don't take the bait and they block the whole string. 1-2 is one of Liu Kang's best pressure tools to mix into your staggers and frame traps, as it is +3 on block. This means that if your opponent blocks this, you will be able to go into forward 4 straight after and get a full combo against anyone who is trying to contest against you. Once they know that they can't press buttons because they're going to get full comboed by forward 4, once again it opens up 1-2 grab, 1-2 into the back 1 mind game. 1-2 into forward 4-3 staggers. And once again, even 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, etc. Forward 4-3 is Liu Kang's bread and butter and will pretty much never be a bad option. It is a 9-frame mid with great range. The idea behind this string is when you throw it out, you want to always be ready to go into bicycle kick if you see it hit. And if blocked, it's going to set up great stagger pressure for you. Forward 4-3 up 3 is a +4 on block option that comes from forward 4-3. This is extremely strong if your opponent blocks it because it guarantees another forward 4. If they try and do anything after blocking this kick, you'll get a full combo into bicycle kick. There is one thing to keep in mind though, and that is before the last plus kick, there's a 10-frame gap there. If your opponent is aware of this, they can poke in between it, or they can even full combo you. You do, however, have options against this. If you read that they're going to go for their full combo punish before the gap, you can go into parry, which will give you a full combo of your own. However, a lot of the time, opponents will keep it safe and they will opt for a low poke through the gap. This will beat parry and stop you from getting plus frames off forward 4-3 up 3. There are two options against this. You can do forward 4-3 and block their low poke, which will give you your plus frames back to start again. Or if you like to get damage, you can do forward 4-3, low fireball, and it will beat their poke. Onto specials, Liu Kang's back forward 1 is a fireball projectile that can be amplified to send out 2 more. This special's main use is for full screen pressure. Amplifying it will cause any of the fireballs to combo into each other as well, regardless of where you are on the screen. It will also often catch people trying to jump over or at you when you throw the fireballs. Back forward 3 is flying dragon kick. This special has 2 functions. The first one is if your opponent is zoning you, you can use this to close the gap. However, it is extremely unsafe, so be careful not to abuse this and only use it if you're sure your opponent is throwing projectiles without baiting it. Flying dragon kick's second function is it actually is Liu Kang's optimal damage ender. The reason we use this way less than bicycle kick is because it leaves your opponent too far away for any more pressure and doesn't stack the crushing blow. You only ever want to end in dragon kick if it's going to kill your opponent or take the round. Liu Kang's back forward 4 is bicycle kick, and this is going to be your ender for almost every combo you're doing in a match. The reason for this is because after 3 amplifications, the 4th one is going to crushing blow. Liu Kang's down back 1 is another fireball. This one hits low and can be amplified to throw out a second high. This move's main function is to be mixed with back forward 1 to create a pretty strong zoning game for Liu Kang. Down back 1's second use is if you read that they're going to try to poke out of the gap in forward 4-3 up 3, you can cancel into this to blow them up for mashing. Down back 3 is dragon parry. You want to use this if you think your opponent is going to try to full combo punish you during the gap of forward 4-3 up 3. The other time you want to use dragon parry is if you make a hard read your opponent is going to use a get up attack, as it will give you massive damage. The first combo we're going to be going over is a basic option once you see forward 4-3 connect. It looks like this. So it's extremely simple. All it is forward 4-3, and once you see it hit, you want to input back forward 4 for the bicycle kick and then amplify it. Next combo I'm going to teach you is the one you want to use after you've parried your opponent mid-screen. You're going to be using this a lot, as you're going to be parrying a lot of opponents trying to poke out of the gap in your string. Once you've hit them with the parry, you want to dash forward and do 1-2. After you've successfully hit 1-2, all it is once again forward 4-3. Cancelled into the bicycle kick to finish it off. The next combo I'm going to show you is what happens if you hit the Crushing Blow on forward 4-3 up 3 mid-screen. All it has to be is a counter hit or a punish. You don't get much mid-screen, it is literally just flying kick. And I suggest amplifying it a lot of the time as well. There isn't too much to this. It might take a little bit of practice to get the timing right, but you almost dial the back forward 3 while he's still recovering. This is what that exact same Crushing Blow gives you in the corner. I'm going to run through it, show you what it looks like, and then go through it step by step and explain it to you. So that's what the combo looks like, and now let's go through and learn how to do it. So the first step is hitting the Crushing Blow. Then you want to wait just a tiny bit before hitting that 3-4. This is going to let them fall long enough so that your 1-2-3 is going to connect. You're going to wait a sec, and then go straight into it. One more time. You're going to launch them, wait a little bit, 3-4, and as soon as it's done, 1-2-3. This is the combo you want to use if you parry your opponent while their back is to the corner. It looks like this. And now let's go through and learn how to do it. So once you've launched them from the parry, 3-4. So you hit your parry, 3-4, and straight into 1-2-3. Bicycle kick. Liu Kang's corner combos are all the same, it just depends on how you launch them. And that's all the combos you'll need to get started. So to sum it all up as quick as I can, your game plan is going to look something like, you know, a lot of this, a lot of staggers, 1-2 for plus frames, grabs. You're going to be grabbing a lot as Liu Kang, especially his back throw. If you notice, his forward throw sends them full screen, while his back throw leaves them right on top of you. So you can dash up and keep going. So it's going to be back 1, grabs, 1-2 into forward 4-3s, forward 4 into forward 4 again. People will block this string all day. You want to block after it sometimes. On top of that, like that's your pressure in a nutshell. You want to be using fireballs a lot in matchups where you don't get outzoned. Force them to come to you, and then once they are on you, you just want to maul them. Obviously it's going to be a lot harder in a real match with your opponent fighting back. So if you want to see everything I've explained to you in action, or if you have any questions about anything I've left out, you can catch me live at 7 PM AEST most nights at twitch.tv/FGCastiel. That link will be in the description as well as my socials. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video and learned a lot about Liu Kang. There will be a lot more of these coming out. I eventually hope to have done the entire cast. If you have any feedback about better ways to present the videos in the future, please leave a comment below. I'll definitely take it in, and I'll see you guys in the next one.